On. Shabbat Shalom. Wow, it is on. We'll get to that in a minute. Danny, this is a great day. You know, all year long I think about outdoor services. All year long I think about being cooped up inside in the sanctuary, which I love, which is so beautiful. But every once in a while I dream about outdoor services, and kind of this is the exact temperature that I dream about. This is the exact sky that I dream about. This is what we hope for when we come out to the courtyard. So take a deep breath. A difficult week in the Jewish world on so many levels, but if you follow the Jewish calendar, Wednesday night to Thursday, we commemorated Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av, the saddest day in the Jewish calendar, a day that so many different losses affected the Jewish people from our history. Some say that it goes all the way back to the time of the Bible. It comes all the way back to the Torah, where the 12 spies went out into the land. That, they say, first happened on the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av. And so many things, the destruction of the first temple, the destruction of the second temple, so many calamities that the Jewish people experienced. Leading up to the 9th day of Av is a time of sadness. And then right after the 9th day of Av, this Shabbat rolls in. We call this Shabbat, Shabbat Nachamu, the Sabbath of comfort, because it takes its name from the Haftorah, from the words, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, comfort, comfort my people. And so when we think about what's happening all over the world, when we think about the Middle East, when we think about New York, when we think about so many other places, we need that comfort for the Jewish people, for all of us. So I invite you to turn to the person that you're sitting next to, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Wish them Shabbat of comfort and strength. Wish them Shabbat of resilience and enlightenment. And let's join together in these beautiful words, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, comfort, comfort my people.
Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elohechem, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elohechem, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elohechem, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elohechem. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle to take care of one another. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle with this world. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elohechem, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elohechem.
I don't think was planned, but we welcome you back after a few weeks off, and we welcome you back. And so Your presence brings comfort to the Jewish people and to our congregation. Jody, come on up and light the candles with us. Page 120 in our prayer books. We illuminate these Shabbat candles to bring light into a dark world. Blessing, Baruch. Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Scoop up some of that light, bring it close, bring it into your heart, bring it into your soul. We'll talk a little bit about the Torah portion a little later, but there are so many highlights, including the 10 Commandments and that fourth commandment, honor Shabbat and celebrate Shabbat. That fourth commandment reminds us to rest on Shabbat, to experience the beauty of Shabbat. And so on page 162, words, the Shamru. The children of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat as a covenant for all time. And so we celebrate the joy of Shabbat.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam, beini u'bein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, beini Shabbat vayinafash, u'ayom hashvi, Shabbat vayinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam לדורותם ברית עולם, לדורותם ברית עולם.
The beautiful words on page 138, 139, the words of Lecha Dodi. Come, let us greet the Sabbath Queen. Come, let us greet the Sabbath Bride. I had the great honor, 'tis wedding season these few weeks, and so almost every week there's a wedding, and last week there were two, and 2 weeks ago there were two, last week there was one, and tomorrow again. Rabbi Phyllis and I both have weddings tomorrow night, so we're bringing in those, we're welcoming those brides, and there's something just so special about that bride, kind of that first look, that first moment, that literally takes your breath away. And so that's how we feel in each and every week when we greet that Sabbath Queen, when we greet that Sabbath Bride. Come, let's together welcome that Sabbath Queen together. Page 138, 139, the first verse, the second verse, the fifth verse. And then on the final verse, we rise, we face the door. The door, wherever you might be watching this service, wherever you might be gathered. And we welcome the Sabbath Queen. Come together. Let's welcome Shabbat.
Lecha dodi li kerat kala penei Shabbat nekabela 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 שמור וזכור בדיבורך השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת אקבלה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש ניכרת נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שדברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי קראת קלה עיני שבת נקבלה לך דודי
Continuing on with Baruch Hu, the call to worship, page 146. Seated. Continuing on with the Hebrew on page 148, I invite the Gruins to come forward to get ready for the next few prayers. Together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvidvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotechem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mibnei choshech, v'choshech mibnei or. Uma'avir yom u'mevi layla, uma'avdil ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv aravim. Page 151, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol together. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives together. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Words from this week's Torah portion.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed, Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, Bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha. Vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochim mitzavecha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibartam bam V'shiftecha b'veitecha, uvletecha v'derech, uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha, uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu litotafot b'neinecha, uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uv'isharecha, leman tiskeru, Vasitem et kol mitzvotai, vitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeiti atem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lichiyot lahem le'elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem, amen. Wow, that was amazing, guys. Thanks. You know, if I miss a Shabbat service, no one really cares. Cantor was gone for 3 or 4 weeks, and my phone would blow up. Where's the cantor? Where's the cantor? But when Jody's not lighting the candles or the Gruen kids aren't participating, that's when people are really upset. Like, we're all replaceable, but thanks, guys. You're not. You guys are not, for sure. So thank you. In a world torn by violence and pain, page 157. A world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, that there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love together. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we've bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Together, let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osefele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osefele, nora tehilot, malechutcha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam, zeili anu ve'amru, zeili anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. ונאמר כי פדרנו את יעקב, ויעלו מיהר חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Page 160. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu shomreinu, shomreinu lechayim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu shomreinu, shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu, ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu, ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Shomreinu lechaim, Shomreinu
At this point in the service, I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. And let's go back to last Saturday and think about where you were and what you were doing. We've had 168 hours since last Shabbat. We've had a full week, 7 days. To think about what you've accomplished, to think about what you have tried to accomplish, to think about what you need to work on, to think about what went right, to think about what went wrong, think about where we can improve, think about what brings a smile to your face. So on Shabbat, we take that deep cleansing breath and we go all the way back to last Saturday night and we think about Saturday night and Sunday. And we review each day that we went through. Monday and Tuesday, the hump day of Wednesday, and then speedily into Shabbat, Thursday and Friday. And we arrive at this beautiful, beautiful moment with the perfect sky and a beautiful temperature, and we feel grateful for so many blessings. Even if it's been a difficult week, hopefully you can find those blessings. Even if it's been filled with challenges, hopefully you can find those moments that lifted you up. Maybe it was something that someone said to you. Maybe it was something that someone did for you. Try to think about the nicest thing that happened from last Shabbat to this Shabbat. And then think about what you have to look forward to in the week ahead. We think about our roses, the beautiful moments. We think about the buds, the things that are going to happen in the future. We think about the thorns, those things that didn't go right. And Danny, I know that you have something you want to share.
I'm officially an actor in Hollywood.
You are officially an actor in Hollywood? You went to acting camp in Hollywood?
And they just said I'm officially an actor.
You are officially an actor? And can you sing or dance for us? Or?
No, we are the Royal Mustangs. We gallop to Disneyland. That was one of the songs we sing at acting camp.
That's amazing. Well, you know, actors and singers at the end of a performance get a rose. So that's for you. Congratulations on finishing acting camp.
Wow.
Anyone else? The nicest thing that happened, Jody.
Being with you every Friday makes a smile on my face.
You're looking for two roses, I can tell. Anyone else? The nicest thing, Bill Gould.
Okay, it's a small world after all. I'm at the golf tournament at the Glen Club, volunteering, sitting next to another guy. Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. He was a caddy as a kid. Where did you caddy? Ravislow Country Club. Oh, did you ever know this guy, Chuck Eckstein? He said, I was caddy for him. Well, Chuck Eckstein is my mother's best friend's brother. Who could do that?
Amazing.
100 years ago.
And the trees at Ravislow are so beautiful because it's such an old, beautiful course. Eileen, and what do you got for us?
Well, I got to spend time with this beautiful gentleman, and my daughter passed the California bar and got a job as an attorney out in California.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Anything to add, Steve?
It was a great week, and I second her words. Thank you.
All right. Dick Horwood, what's your nicest thing for you?
Janet is celebrating her birthday on Sunday.
Birthday on Sunday. Amazing. Happy birthday.
And I save on flowers.
And you save on flowers. You brought her to services. Jody.
I
got to celebrate my dad's 91st birthday this week.
Amazing. Amazing. Hannah, real loud. A most improved athlete at camp award? To me, that's the most important award to get. I love it. Anyone else? Rona.
Well, he's funny. On Saturday, last Saturday, was our granddaughter Rebecca's 30th birthday, and I was there when she was born. I mean, I was in the room.
You were in the room when she was born, and now there you go.
We have our granddaughter and a grandson in from Philadelphia.
That's great. And Philadelphia just got a brand new basketball player. An old, very old basketball player. Anyone else? The nicest thing that happened to you from last Shabbat to this Shabbat, or anything that you're looking forward to for next Shabbat? Going on. Welcome back. Yes.
It's great to be back at Am Shalom. I really missed being here and missed these kinds of Shabbats with this incredible congregation and this incredible band that we have. It was really, I really missed it.
And we are definitely above this week is the beautiful concert that we have on Sunday at 4 o'clock right here in the sanctuary, Broadway.
It's
the American Songbook.
American Songbook, which is we are calling the Great American Jewish Songbook because so many Jewish composers and lyricists wrote the music, created what we call American culture.
Great. Definitely a highlight for me this coming week is I get to start Sunday with this concert at 4 o'clock, and then we get to participate as we do every year in the Soul Children of Chicago's annual scholarship concert, where we're able to give the most money we've ever given away. We are actually giving away over $32,000 this year to the Soul Children of Chicago for five seniors to go off to college and 2 8th graders to continue. So we are so very proud, and that'll be at 6 o'clock on Sunday. Marge, Nathan, what's your nicest thing for you?
To spend the evening with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And to you. Anyone else? The nicest thing that happened from last Shabbat to this Shabbat. No matter where you are next Shabbat. Oh, go ahead. Granddaughter just came back from Israel. That's definitely flower worthy. Welcome back. Welcome her back. It is so good to see the Gordons with us at Shabbat services, and to know how proud Judy Gordon would be of all of you. And we remember her this Shabbat. So thank you for being here. And no matter where you are next Shabbat, I hope you take a moment to think about those nice things that happen, those things that lift you up, those things that make Shabbat even more special. So now that we've shared, now that we've warmed up, we can rise together for the central part of our prayer service, the tefillah, the amidah, the standing prayer. Page 164, 166, 168, and 170.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaKipor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei HaKol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai,
מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורות, ומידו מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el, ha'kadosh. Please be seated. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence like lightning illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see wherever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed. And we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el, ha'kadosh. Together on the top of page 173, may these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu b'amcha Yisrael, u'tefilatam b'ahavat tekabel, u'tehila ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer and love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. When we behold the heavens, it says on page 177, when we behold the heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that we are mindful of us? We mortals, that you take note of us. You made us a little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha lecha ne'eh. Lahodot. The beauty of this world. For so many, this world is overflowing with beauty. But sometimes we fail to see it. Sometimes we are so caught up in our own small circle that we forget to express just how grateful we are, just how miraculous this world can be. So we offer a Mishaberach, a prayer for healing, healing of body and healing of spirit. We offer a Mishaberach for all those who are struggling mentally and physically, spiritually and emotionally. All those trying to regain a sense of balance and wholeness in their lives. All those who just need that little extra pick-me-up. We also think about those people who have come to or are nearing the end of their lives and are in the process of transitioning to go peacefully and to go smoothly, praying for their blessings. Misha Berach, bring healing to all those in need. We run a list that we add names to, we take names off of. We run a list of all those in our congregation in need of this blessing, and we include them in this prayer for healing of body and healing of spirit. We think of Don and Nancy and Sheridan and Teresa and Jack and Ellie and Cooper, Rena and Burl and Paula and David and Austin and Amanda and Sheila and Charles, Earl and Karen and Suzanne and Barb and Esther and Adrian, Joyce and Annette and Bruce and Mary Bob and Linda and Jay and Ken and Aunt Mimi and Pam Tolka and Lois and Margaret and Elise and Marilyn and Lori and Neil and Bobby, Brian and Barry Shepard, who had surgery today, and Alan and Judy and Kennedy, Barbara and Enid and Brandon and Stooner and Bops and Monet and Jody and Mama Lou and Rushka and Amy and Bonnie and Sharon and John, Rich and Addison and Madison and Robert and Iris and Eva and John and Bobby and Alice and Elliot and Green Jeans, Marge and Janice and Nicole and Alice and Vance, Darlene and Sue and Juliana and Kathy and Sam and Roz, and Hinda and Alan and Kathy and Geraldine and Joey, Myrna and Scarlett and Bob and Katie and Nicole and Mary Lou, Peggy and Karen and Jim and I and JR and Roland and Reggie and Kathy and Rebecca, Rochelle and Lexi and Sean and Stephanie and Shelley and Susie Girl, Jocelyn and Juniper and Don and Ella and Michael and Suzanne and Jack and Danny and Cheryl. If you have the name of anyone not on this list that you're thinking of, anyone in need of this blessing, I ask that you call out that name. Rita and Rob and Polly. Nancy. Thank you. To all those names that we called out loud, and all those names that we know in our own hearts of people that we know that need this blessing, we include them in this prayer for healing.
Avraham, Yitzchak veYaakov. Mi sheberach imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mi sheberach avotenu, mi sheberach imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
I like when the train can seal that final blessing, you know? That's where we know that we're,
It's happening.
that the gates of the station is open. Take a moment for your own private thoughts, your own personal prayers. The prayers in the prayer book are the prayers that only you can access when you dig deep into your own heart. Take a moment for your own private private reflections, private prayers.
Page 178. I think my favorite spot for personal meditation is right here in this courtyard, listening to the symphony of sounds, the air moving, the birds chirping, the cicadas singing. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tiyatzlachu melech harosh lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim my choir.
This week's Torah portion begins with a powerful word, Va'et Hanan El Adonai. I pleaded with God. Moses begs, pleads with God. Va'et Hanan could be a Torah portion called the greatest hits of the Torah. For in this Torah portion, we have the Shema, the V'ahavta, the Ten Commandments, all rolled into the same Torah portion. Va'et Hanan also has the phrase that we say every time we lift the Torah. V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. This is the Torah that Moses placed before the people of Israel from the mouth of God to the hand of Moses, all the way down to us today. In this week's Torah portion, Moses speaks in the singular. As the Gruin said for us so beautifully, V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, and you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might, using the singular second-person form of you, all of us. The Parsha is overwhelming. It's the necessary prelude to the high holy days in our season of difficult introspection, our season of Cheshbon HaNefesh, the accounting of our souls. We arrive at this Shabbat, as we said at the very beginning, looking for comfort, having just seen and experienced the destruction of the temple, the first temple, the second temple, and all of the bad things that happened to the Jewish people on the 9th day of Av, the Tisha B'Av. And the Shabbat immediately following Tisha B'Av, we now enter that 7-week period building up to the high holy days, the spiritual countdown for the new year. And in these next 7 weeks, perhaps, each one of us could try to set aside some time, be'etchanan, to plead with God, to set aside some time to be alone, to listen hard to for the voice of God, to ask ourselves the questions raised in this Torah portion. Do we love God with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our might? Could we do it a little better? Could we improve a little bit? Could we reflect a little harder? Could we think about what we could do in this coming new year to make things right? Do we follow the commandments? Do we love God with our hearts, our souls, and our mights? As we're told in the first Mishnah of Pirkei Avot, we stand as a link in the chain of tradition going all the way back to Moses on the top of Mount Sinai. Moses received this Torah and passed it on to Joshua. Joshua passed it on to the next person, the one after that, the one after that, the one after that, until it comes to us. And we receive that Torah from the generations that came before us. Mipi Adonai b'yad Moshe, from the mouth of God to the hand of Moses, all the way down to us. Moses places the Torah before the people and says, deal with it wisely. I'm promising you that it's not going to always be easy. In fact, it might be hard. It's going to require careful attention, and there's a possibility that you might not succeed. But I promise you it's worth it. I love the small little fact that the word love is only mentioned twice in the book of Exodus, twice in the book of Leviticus. The word love is never mentioned in the last book of the Torah, the book of Numbers that we just read. But the word love is mentioned 23 times in the book of Deuteronomy. To love God, we must act with loving intention towards all of God's creations. Love is one of our most powerful of all human emotions. It drives both personal and social change. Love can transform the world. It's an active ingredient in our most important relationships. A 4-letter word that's easy to spell, impossible to define, and absolutely you're not able to live without. But in Hebrew, the word love, also a 4-letter word, ahava, comes from the word to give. Love isn't about receiving, it's about giving. It's about giving of ourselves, giving to ourselves. It's about doing the work that we need to do. This Shabbat is our 7-week warning that the holidays are going to come and that we better be ready. We look for comfort. We look for love. Love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. It's as simple and as difficult as that.
Love, only love, with all your heart. Love, only love, with all your soul. Listen to the wisdom inside and around you. You will remember as you're walking through the day. Make this world a better place. Children will learn, and their future will be love. Love, only love, with all your heart. Love, only love, with all your soul. Listen to the wisdom inside and around you. You will remember in your home and on your way. Make your life a voice of God. Be a sculptor for the holy. Be a doorway for love. Love, only love, with all your heart. Love, only love, with all your soul. Listen to the wisdom inside and around you. You will remember. You will remember. You will remember.
Remember. That's what we do as Jews. We remember. We remember those who are no longer here, but we remember their voices. We remember their teachings. We remember growing up with them. We remember the stories that they told. We remember the gifts that they gave us. And so we remember the people that are no longer here, and we lift their memories so their souls know that they're being thought of. When you hear your loved one's name, I ask that you please rise. In the period of Shloshim, in the last 30 days, we remember the following individuals: Steve Abrams, Rita Bloom, Larry Templer, a dear friend of the Taters. We think of Aileen Bereskin, Bob's wonderful mom. Jared brought in some art from her house that we already hung in the bride's room. It's a picture of a chuppah. And so she'll be remembered here. We think of Kenneth Coleman Barmasel, an incredible father and husband and relative and friend. Dr. Scott Shore. We think of Jim Annixter, husband and father and grandfather and cousin, the pink hat guy. They kept showing clips this past week at the Cubs game of the 2016 championship. It's the 10-year anniversary, and he was a big part of that. We think of Mel Lapidus, Mitch Braun, Steve's brother. May your brother's memory be a blessing. Fern Stone, Stella Lavey, Jackie's amazing mom who traveled all over the world, came back here and never forgot her British roots. We think of Max Bob Jacob, father to Joel and Dana Jacob. May his memory be a blessing. We think of Bernard Bernie Goldberg, wonderful father and longtime husband and friend to so many people. And with profound sorrow, we remember Rochelle Ray Harris, whose memorial service will take place here. Mother to Ian Harris and Lee Harris. May her memory be a blessing. As well, we remember those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death, occurs at this time and at this season. Again, please rise when you hear your loved one's name. We think of Bob Apt, Sam Akos, Rosa Akos, Lou Alpert, Esther Stein Arnold, Ted Baer, Morris Barish, Robert Barnard, Albert Bartelstein, Seymour Bartlett, Selma Berkson, Melvin Berlin, Viola Bluestone, Ruth Braun, Deborah Debbie Brieger, Simon-Tove Cohen, Jennifer Cohen, Hildy DeMar, Clifford Wayne Drayluck, Arthur Elrod, Maurice Fader, Dr. Bruce Flashner, Ernest Fleischer, Ira Frank, David Friedler, Arlen Garten, Gail Gelfand, Ronald Glink, Norman Goldman, George Goldstein, Seymour Goldwyn, Judy Gordon, past president of Am Shalom, Edith Gross, Dr. Edward Gross, Rabbi Reuven Hammer, Gail Herman, Eileen Hirschstick, Les Hoffman, Ann Caney, Frank J. Catlin, Stanley Lawrence Kaufman, Norbert Kaminsky, Barry Stewart Krasny, Irving Lefkowitz, Bill Luker, Edith Marcus, Sarah Mann Meslansky, Arnold Nattenberg, Philip Nathan, Arlene Owens, David Pearl, Minna Pearl, Jacob Peltz, Marion Polk, Joan Quicksilver, Izzy Rochelle, Joseph Rudolph, Bruce Sape, Ernest Schwartz, Beth Dana Shapiro, Laverne Sider, Joe Silverman, Bernard Silverman, Franklin Slotin, Dennis Sohn, Millie Stojanovic, Rosalie Stojanovic, Svi Stone, Morris M.J. Supowitz, Richard Weiss, Eleanor Wertheimer, David Zaretsky. If you have the name of anyone else that you're thinking of, I ask that you call out that name. Joining with those who mourn, we rise as one congregation to say the Kaddish prayer, a prayer that does not talk about death, but rather reaffirms our commitment to life. We say Kaddish in their honor and in their memory, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'almad divrach hirutei, Be'amlich machutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon u'b'chayei kol Beit Yisrael. V'agala b'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mavarach le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitma'an v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh. Shmei dekudsha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu be'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu be'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen.
Oseh shalom, shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. L'chaim.
What is that wet? Is it wine or grapefruit?
Uh-oh.
Blessing over the challah, Danny.
Am I doing great?
None.
Batei
Batei Avon.
What's the closing prayer?
Cantor, closing song.
Closing song. Well, earlier today I was able to be at Shabbat at the Tel Aviv beach with Beit Tfilah Israeli, and I was inspired. So we are doing what they did this morning, or this afternoon, this evening, whichever time you're at. Adon Olam, page 625. Here we go. Adon Olam asher malach beterem kol yetzir nivra ve'et nasa bechefzo kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu hayal ve'hu hoveh Adon Olam asher malach beterem kol yetzir nivra ve'et nasa bechefzo kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu hayal ve'hu hoveh ve'hu yeh b'tifara. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. 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 Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat shalom.